We do not always bury the dead. Sometimes they linger. Their curses wind through root and branch, whisper through walls, and wait. Let me tell you what happened at Castringham Hall, a grand estate in the quiet woods of Suffolk, and how a single tree, an ash tree, came to drink vengeance from the soil and drip poison into the bloodline of a family. It was the year 1690, and Sir Matthew Fell, magistrate and master of Castringham Hall, was a man of rigid faith and fearsome certainty. A pious man, but a hard one. One night, while seated in his chamber, his candle guttering low, he glanced out the window and saw a woman, a widow, wealthy, respected, but also suspected. There she was, moving silently in the branches of the great ash tree outside his window, not with the frailty of an old woman, but with grace, calm, deliberate, as if she belonged to the night. He said she was harvesting something, leaves, bark. No one knows, only that he watched her descend the tree and vanish into the fog. He said nothing at first, but the sight festered in him, and soon enough he spoke, loudly. In court, he declared her a witch. A trial followed, as they did in those days. There was no defense against fear. She was condemned, hanged at dawn, and on the scaffold with the noose around her neck. Mrs. Mothersole looked up at Castringham Hall and said, "There will be guests at the hall." Then the trap fell. Sir Matthew returned to his quiet life, until one autumn morning he was found dead, alone in his bed, his body contorted, his skin blackened, veined with something dark and strange. No wound, no illness, only the window flung wide, and the old ash tree creaking gently outside. They buried him with questions, but no answers. 100 years passed. The estate fell to his descendant, Sir Richard Fell, proud, young, skeptical, a man of science. He laughed at the tales, refused to move into any other room. He took Matthew's chamber, and so began the nights. At first whispers, scratching, then the servants fled, refused to enter. One maid swore she saw something large, moving in the branches. Sir Richard dismissed it all, until one night the noises grew louder, thumping, scrabbling, as though a dozen tiny claws were working their way down the walls, toward the bed. He called for the tree to be felled. They brought axes, ropes. The tree cracked as they split it apart, and from within its hollow heart came a sickening sound, like silk tearing and bones cracking. Then they saw them, spiders, but not of this world. Their bodies were bloated. Their eyes gleamed with hunger. They burst from the hollow like rats from a sinking ship, spilling into the daylight, hissing, scattering. Not creatures of nature, familiars, born from something older, twisted by hate and held alive by the roots of that cursed tree. Mrs. Mothersole was no witch, not then, but perhaps in death she became one, betrayed, condemned, forgotten. But her vengeance, that took root, and it waited in wood and shadow to poison the blood of the men who wronged her. So remember this: witches may die, but the ash tree still stands.